Hi everyone, welcome back to Kel & Co. Thanks for stopping by on my third video today. Would love it if you could hit the like and subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and if you haven't seen the other videos, go back and have a look on that and see what we've been getting up to. Just to recap, we are a family of 5, so myself, my partner and our 3 children. Then we also have 3 pets, so are we a family of 8? Don't know how we count then. Today I wanted to jump on and talk about what we've been doing for our cash envelopes and all of that. Now, here in Australia, I'm not sure what other people out there find. I sort of struggle to wrap my head around it because a lot of places sort of don't accept cash. Like I know our doctor, they don't accept cash. They have a big sign up saying no cash. You know, you have to pay by FPOS. So the only cash envelopes we really have are our food, which is for groceries. I have a house one, but again, because we don't do much gardening and house repairs, it doesn't need much in it. So back in September when we started doing cash envelopes, we had a heap more because we're like, yeah, this is awesome, this is fun. But then I found that like we weren't using a lot, so I sort of canned most of them. I think maybe I will start putting a little bit in here, and then what I do with it, I guess we'll just wait and see. Obviously, like the house always needs something, we just put off doing it because who wants to get bogged down doing that stuff. Gifts, again, this was a good one in the lead up to Christmas, but Christmas is gone now. So, but I did find it hard because if I was out and about and I saw something in the shop, I wasn't carrying this around with me. Like I don't take a big bag. I don't know, being a mum of 3 kids now, like I try to go very light. I don't have a big bag. I use a backpack for a nappy bag. I don't want to be bogged down carrying around a baby, trying to hold a toddler's hand and worrying about having a giant nappy bag and a handbag. I really avoid using the pram. Like if I don't need to pull it out and use it, I don't want to pull it out and use it. So it's just big and bulky and a pain in my backside. So a lot of times if I was out and about and I saw something that I was like, oh, so-and-so would love this, I would buy it on my card anyway, like my FPOS card. And then I always have to go and put the money back into the bank account. So still learning. Like I said, we've only started really doing this full on seriously January this year, and we're still in January, so still learning. Would love to know just what other people are doing. I know a lot of people have like little wallets that they can put these in. I just am not into carrying it around, but maybe I'm going to have to get over that. Then I've got eating out. So you can see we are almost at, like, tomorrow is our last day of this cycle. We track weekly for our paycheck tracker. So I've still got the full $50 sitting in there. I had a lot of trouble my last budget week closing it out. I had some money left over, like what the page was telling me. I had $68 left over that I don't know where my calculations thought my $68 was, but like I could not find it. So whether I'm just having some issue with the way I'm rolling over my cash. So I'm sort of thinking that maybe I need to pull out the end of the tracker week. I need to pull that cash out and not count it, and then put it in for like a challenge. I always had thought like, oh, I don't have enough money to do a 52-week challenge, etc, 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 etc. Getting tongue-tied here. But if I was pulling out the money left over weekly, I would. So I guess we could pull it out, and if we knew that we were planning on going out for dinner, or I knew I was catching up with friends, I could hold the money in there, then build it up so there was more. But this is all, this is sort of what I had done the previous week, just because I had all the trouble with closing this one out. I pulled the cash out and didn't account for that in the next week's budget tracker. it really threw me. Any advice, if anyone else has ever been stumped by one of their trackers at the end of the week and they've had more left over than what sort of has reconciled with their bank account, etc., and their cash, let me know how you like sorted that out. What did you do? How did you move past it? But I think I've got $100 in here now because I found $70 in the dryer the other day. I opened it up and in the link catcher there was a $50 note and a $20 note, and I put it in here because I was like, well, obviously it's from the previous week, because all my receipts had added up for where we were at this week for what we had got cash out for. So I was like, well, I don't know where it's come from, so we can't spend it in a category when we don't know what category it belonged to. So I've just put it all in here, and I thought we could either use it for a challenge. If so, what challenge do you recommend? Or maybe what we're thinking more so is putting it towards debt. Because again, like if I rolled over, I've got nothing planned. I don't have any plans for eating out, getting takeaway or anything like that. We've got meals that we're planning to make for the foreseeable week and a half. That would be then $150 if I pulled that out, and I've still got one or two more weeks to go in our January calendar. I could potentially have $200 to put towards one of our credit cards. So that's quite a significant amount. Or I could even dump it through to one of the car loans potentially, because I mean, one car loan, you see here, we pay about rounded up $50 a week. So that would be like 4 weeks worth of extra payments if I had $200. It's just always, I find with this, I'm always learning. Like I said, we only started doing this seriously in January. I had watched a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of the Budget Mums videos and things. And I thought, like, this will be easy. But I find, whether it's because we don't have a lot of envelopes, those little extra things that I'm having to then spend sort of after I've written up my budget, a lot of people probably don't have those extra things. Or do you? I'd love to hear from, and again, this is why, like, I found it really hard to find just a real open, honest, someone who has just started out with this system, to see what people are doing and how you're overcoming these challenges that you're finding along the way. But lucky you get to see how I come up with a solution here. Also then, with the cash that we're spending, when we come back, I write out in the tracker, you know, what the receipt said, where we spent it. All the gold coins that we get in change come in here. The notes go back into their, whichever envelope it came out of, like food, come back from the grocery store, it goes back into the food. But the coins, I put gold coins in this jar because I like to have it accessible for, you never know when you might need, like, not right now because school's out, but school's like casual day, when you need $1 for casual day, or like donation money, even if we've used up all our grocery money for the week, but one of the kids needs nappies. I've still got 2 in nappies, and you know, we've got to run to the store and get nappies. Just having some money in here. I usually try to keep about $20 in the jar to cover just little things like that. I find it to make me feel much more comfortable having that little buffer of safety money, I suppose. And then actually what we did last time, the end of the month, I think in December, had about $40 in there. So I put, I think, and we'll talk about this one in a minute, I think I put about $10 in here, and then we used the $30 to get pizza. And we didn't have to track it, and it was sort of like a, you know, well done to us for doing well and having that money extra left over for the month. So probably not the best thing to do with it, but we still, and like this budget very much allows for you to still have fun and live your life whilst doing it, and not lock it down. And obviously everyone's doing their own thing with these, and that's the beauty of the Budget Mums trackers. Like, you're not locked in to doing it a certain way. You're not going to get punished for doing it your way that works for your family. So I love that. This one we use for our silver coins. Now, I bought this from like our local cheap shop. I can't remember if it was $2 or $5. I feel like it was $5, because I feel like it was more expensive than I thought it would be for just like thin metal. Like, it's heavy now because it's hard, like almost full, but when there's nothing in it, like, it wouldn't hurt if it got thrown at you, sort of thing. So we've been putting all of our silver change into this, but then, like I said, I put that $10 of gold coin in here because I didn't want to open it at the end and only have $5 in there, because I need to buy another one of these once I open it with a can opener. I can't reuse it, and then I sort of need to cover the cost of this one. So I put the extra 10 in there just to ensure that we were going to have money. And then what we've decided is we're going to leave a float of about $20 in here, and once it goes over $20, those coins will go in this one, just so when we do open it in maybe end of February, it's really full, that it'll actually be a nice surprise and not be a disappointment. Because, you know, coins, they can be big. Like, our 50-cent pieces here in Australia are like quite large, so you know, you don't need many of those in there. They weigh a fair bit for it to feel heavy and take up a lot of space. And then also 5-cent coins are super tiny. It could just be filled with a heap of 5-cent coins. So it's that thing. I'm excited for when we get to open it, but I'm also really nervous because I don't think there's going to be much money in there. I don't think it would be more than $20. Maybe it will now because I put the gold coins in, but before doing that, I don't think it would have been more than $20. So stay tuned. I'd love to know, have you used one of these ones before here in Australia? And when you opened it, how much did you have in it? So that'll be a video probably within itself. I won't count it all probably in the video because it might go too long. I'm pretty good at counting cash out, but if it's all 5-cent pieces, it's going to be a lot. So, and then also, I don't know, because we started using this in September when we started our cash envelopes, then I'm pretty sure for December I trialed getting cash out and putting the money onto our spending. Oh, excuse me. That's newborn mum life, isn't it? Always tired. In December, I tried putting the money to our spending FPOS card. That didn't work at all. So we didn't have any change coming in December. So really it's been for, I would say, October, November, and now January that it's got this full. So I think by end of February, it'll be time to open it because I can see the coins in there when you get it in the right light. Like, I can see them. They're not that far down. And when you drop a coin in, it doesn't fall far at all. So I think by February will probably be time to crack that open, but I'm going to need to buy a bigger one. They come in lots of different sizes when you buy these from the cheap shops. So I'm going to need to buy a bigger one. And then whether I buy one for silver, one for gold, and maybe one for $5 notes. I see a lot of people do a $5 note challenge. So we'll wait and see how much actually comes out of it to see what we think is worth doing for the next one that we buy. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to run through today my cash envelopes and what I'm doing with the change and all of that. I tried doing a video about one of my Paycheck budget trackers, but it went for like half an hour because I just rambled on about nonsense. So I thought, and half of it was this. So I thought I'll do this one, and then once I get over this tracker that had me stumped, once I move on from that emotionally, mentally, physically, because it's really dragging me down at the moment, why it didn't balance out. Once I've moved on from that and I'm in a better headspace with it, and I'm hoping, like I said, tomorrow is the final day of our current budget tracker that we're in, because we do it weekly. Hopefully that one balances out to 0, and it will make me feel more confident to then show you the next week's one that I've got written up, and we can go from there. But anyway, if you've managed to stick around through my rambling on today's video, thank you very much, and I would love to see you back here again. Please go and check out my other videos if you haven't. Remember to like and subscribe, turn on the notifications. Just helps me out. I love going in and seeing, you know, that X amount of people have watched my videos. It makes me feel really good that potentially I'm helping somebody. But yeah, I'll see you next episode. Thanks for spending your time with me. Bye.